about
was
superheroes
of this
and historical
Superman
figures
film,
this past
and he
month.
created it right
So it's
around
really
the time
exciting
the
to
first
know
movie
that
came out,
this
which is
month
1978.
is actually
So now with
Black
our
History
History
Month,
review,
and
we've talked a
we're
little
talking
bit
about
about
what
all these
dynamics
different
is,
heroes
softness,
and
and
these different
lowness,
historical
the
figures,
patterns,
and so I want us to think about just some of the heroes.
My biggest hero that I can think about that
and then
we've been talking about is
feel
Martin
when you
Luther
hear
King
this
Jr.
song come on.
Now,
So let's
what's really awesome is that
imagine
he
in our
actually
minds right
did
now
a march.
Superman.
And Martin Luther
him
King
soaring
did a march
across
for equality
ready
in
to
different
save
for the rights of blacks and
innocent
whites to be
people.
equal.
Here we go.
That's what equality means. They want them to be able to live in harmony and live in peace with each other. Now you're gonna think about, what does this have to do with heroes and historical figures?
about
Well,
what
we
instruments
each
are
have
being
our own
played,
hero that we look up to.
The mood it's
So
making
let's
you
ask
feel.
our lovely student, maybe someone that's been a hero to them, and it doesn't have to be a historical figure that we learned about in class this special month, but it could even be maybe your mom who is your hero. So what do you think would be who would you think would be a hero in your life?
I was gonna say my mom.
Really?
Yeah, she was.
Awesome. Now, what's really cool about heroes are that they are people that we get to look up to, and that they are people that we
Alright.
try to
Now,
live like.
We're gonna
So,
write down on our worksheet
If
after
you're
we talk a little
thinking
bit about
heroes
what
also,
dynamics
I bet you what
we
comes
felt
to
kinda
mind
happened
is
in the
Superman
So
and
did this
different
song
people
sound
from maybe
very
Adventures.
very
So,
loud?
when we think about
relaxing?
Superman,
What do
I
you
think
think
about
this
this huge cape and a
I
red
think it was very
costume
loud.
and someone flying
Okay,
over the
good.
world,
It got a
saving the
little
world.
quieter at times.
So,
and really loud.
As we think about those
Yeah,
different
so
things,
Very
let's
good. Very beginning of
remember
the song.
what happens
It starts
when a
out very
superhero
slow,
flies across the sky.
and then about
well,
4
there's different
seconds
music
in, it
that
comes
is
out with a
played,
big,
there's different people
big
that
that
sing.
you'll hear really
So, as
There
we
you
think
go.
about
That
heroes,
is a good
we
definition
will
of what
be
a
able
dynamic
to
is. The dynamic
have a
is
worksheet
how
in
the
front of
mood
us, or how
that
the song
goes
gets really
over
quiet
and
and
it's really loud. So
about
you
the
would
different
write
things
in
that we
the
hear
dynamic. It
when
starts
we
off
hear
slow
a
and it's
superhero
really loud.
song come on.
Then the tempo.
So when you hear superhero
the
song
speed
come
of
on,
the
I know what
beat kind
happens
of
to me is
changes
I get
throughout the
really
song.
excited
But
and I get
it
lots
sounds
of
like
energy
it's
because I think
pretty,
someone's gonna
pretty
save the world.
kind of
So, our
consistent
worksheet in front
as
of
we
us,
go through
on the bottom
the
right
entire
song,
corner, it says
and
mood.
then, which is really awesome, we got to talk about
What
mood a little bit
instruments did you
earlier today, and it's how the music makes you feel.
I think
So it sounds like a
talked
little bit about
trumpet.
There's some
the
trumpet.
song will make you feel.
Yeah,
But keep
maybe
that in
some of the
mind.
big.
There's also
Cello?
going to be
Yeah.
dynamics,
It does sound
which is the
deep.
loudness and the softness
Maybe
of the
the
sound,
organ.
the rhythm and tempo, our patterns and the sounds,
Very good.
and kind of
And
the
how
speed
did
of
this
the beat. Song make
we
you
talked
feel.
about
this a little bit in class too, so you
very
kind of have a
excited.
background on this. And
Anticipating
instruments.
something.
What kind of instruments
Very
do you
stuff.
hear almost every single day?
Yeah, so this is a good way
Piano.
for us to think
Piano.
about heroes
Maybe
in our
sometimes you
lives.
walk into a room.
Maybe our mom
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
a
a
national
What about
song anthem that
and
we
if you think
band.
about right
What's
away,
the person
but they
usually
play very
holding the
important roles in
microphone?
our
What else
lives,
do they have in
just
their
like
hand?
all different heroes do.
Guitar or
So now as we continue
Guitar,
on thinking about
yes.
heroes and historical
So think
figures
about these
this month,
different instruments.
we can also
and
just
then
take
again,
time to realize
think
how
about
the
how
songs
things make you
feel,
feel,
how these different
So people
John
make you
Williams
feel the
was
different
the
things that they
creator
go
of
through
this
in life.
Superman
And
film,
why
and he created
also
it
very
right
around
around
the time
so,
the first movie came out, which was
for homework, I want you guys
1978.
to
So
go
now
through
home
worksheet
and
review.
listen
We've talked a
to
little bit about
what
your
dynamics is, the
favorite
softness and the
songs,
lowness, and
the
take this
patterns,
worksheet
the
and I
rhythm
want
and
you to
tempo,
fill out
the mood that
and
makes
an
you feel,
instrument,
instruments
we
that
talked
were
about
in
guitar
it,
and a piano,
and if you can think
and then
about
the mood,
the
how you
softness and
feel
the lowness
when
for
you hear
dynamics,
this, and then
song
the
come
speed
on.
of the beat for
So let's
tempo.
all
Bring that back,
imagine
and we'll talk about
in
it
our minds
right now.
Okay.
Superman and him soaring across the city ready to save some innocent people. Here we go. Think about what instruments are being played, the mood it's making you feel, his cape flying in the wind. All right, now we're gonna write it down on our worksheet after we talk a little bit about what dynamics we felt kind of happened in the class. So did this song sound very quiet, very loud, relaxing? What do you think this song sounded like?
I think it was very loud. It got a little quieter at times, then would get really loud at others.
Yeah,
so
so
loud.
Very good. The very beginning of this song, it starts out very slow, and then in about 4 seconds in, it comes out with a big bang that you'll hear really. Ooh, there you go. So that is a good definition of what a dynamic is. A dynamic is how the mood or how the song gets really quiet and then it gets really loud. So we would write in the dynamic. It starts off slow and it gets really loud. Then the tempo, the speed of beat. The speed kind of changes throughout the song, but it sounds like it's pretty kind of consistent as we go through the entire song. And then instruments. What instruments did you hear?
Drums.
Yeah, drums.
I think
This
maybe.
kind of sounds like
some-
a trumpet.
There's some trumpets. Yeah, maybe some of the big cello.
Yeah. It does sound very deep.
Mhm.
Maybe an organ.
Mhm.
Yeah. Very good. And how did this song make you feel?
Very excited. I'm anticipating something. So like that kind of thing. Very.
Yeah.
I'm stoked, basically.
Yeah, so this is a good way for us to think about heroes in our lives. And maybe our mom doesn't have a national song anthem that we can think about right away, but they play very important roles in our lives, just like all different heroes do. So now as we continue on thinking about heroes and historical figures this month, we can also just take time to realize how the songs make you feel, how these different people make you feel, the different things that they go through in life, and why they possibly are your heroes. So for homework, I want you guys to go home and listen to your favorite song and take this worksheet, and I want you to fill out the mood that made you feel, the instruments that were in it, and if you can think about the softness and the lowness for dynamics, and then the speed of the beat for tempo. And bring that back, and we'll talk about it in class.
Okay.